Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, has frequently been in the international spotlight for his contributions to the development of Dubai, his adventurous spirit, and his philanthropic efforts. However, much speculation has surrounded his personal life, particularly regarding his relationships. Recently, Sheikh Hamdan's first wife, in a rare and surprising move, broke her years of silence, shedding light on her experiences and the dynamics of their marriage. This essay delves into the implications of her revelations, the societal perceptions of royal relationships, and the broader context of such disclosures in a changing world. The revelation by Sheikh Hamdan's first wife marks a significant moment, not only for her personally but also for the perception of royal figures in the Middle East. Traditionally, royal women, especially in the Gulf states, have been expected to maintain a facade of composure and discretion. The comments she made reflected not only her personal feelings but also the challenges faced by many women in similar situations, especially in royal courts where public image and family honor are paramount. By speaking out, she challenges the long-standing norms of silence surrounding the experiences of women in royal families, potentially opening the door for more women to express their narratives and seek agency in their own lives. The content of her statements detailed not just the struggles associated with being in a high-profile marriage but also illuminated the oft-overlooked personal sacrifices that come with such roles. She described feelings of isolation, the pressure of societal expectations, and the complexity of navigating personal desires against the backdrop of a public life. Her desire to share her story speaks to a broader phenomenon of women's empowerment where voices that have historically been muted are now coming to the forefront. Moreover, her announcement can be seen against the backdrop of the changing attitudes within the Arab world toward gender roles and the empowerment of women. As societies evolve, so too do the expectations and rights afforded to women. Her decision to speak out, particularly when many in her position may choose to remain silent, represents a significant cultural shift. It demonstrates that women are beginning to reclaim their narratives and assert their rights in contexts traditionally dominated by men. The acceptance of such disclosures might pave the way for more discussions regarding women's roles in society and politics. Additionally, Sheikh Hamdan's first wife's comments can be viewed through the lens of mental health awareness, a topic that has gained increasing attention in the modern era. By expressing her mental and emotional struggles resulting from her marriage and public life, she not only highlights personal challenges but also contributes to the larger discourse on mental health, particularly in conservative societies. It serves as a reminder that behind the glamour associated with royalty, there exist very human experiences of struggle, loneliness, and the quest for personal identity. The response to her statements illustrates the complex interaction between public opinion and personal stories. While some applaud her courage in breaking the silence, others express concern about the ramifications of her revelations for the royal family and the institution of monarchy itself. This dichotomy reflects the ongoing tension between tradition and modernity that many societies grapple with. As new generations emerge with differing values, the lines between private life and public expectation become increasingly blurred. The public's reaction to her statements may also signal a desire for authenticity from public figures, challenging them to be more relatable and transparent. Further, it is essential to consider the implications of this discourse on future royal marriages and family dynamics. The societal expectations. Life has a peculiar way of weaving threads of fate that often lead us back to people and moments we thought were long gone. As I sit here, reflecting on the ebb and flow of relationships, I find myself confronted with the undeniable reality that she is coming back into my life. It feels like a chapter I had closed, only to find it dog-eared, waiting for me to revisit. The first time we met was serendipitous, a chance encounter at a coffee shop where the aroma of freshly brewed espresso mingled with the sound of laughter and clinking cups. I remember her smile, bright and infectious, like the first rays of sunlight breaking through a cloudy morning. We talked for hours, sharing stories that felt like secrets whispered in the dark. There was an immediate connection, a spark that ignited a flame of friendship that soon blossomed into something deeper. However, as is often the case, life took us on different paths. Responsibilities and ambitions pulled us apart, and what had once felt like an unbreakable bond began to fray. We drifted, like leaves caught in the wind, until our conversations dwindled to sporadic messages and eventual silence. I often wondered if she thought about me as I thought about her, or if I had become just another fleeting memory in her life. Time has a way of healing wounds but also of leaving scars. I learned to navigate my world without her, filling the void with new experiences and friendships. Yet, despite my efforts to move on, there was always a lingering sense of incompleteness, a question that echoed in the quiet moments of my life: what if? Then, out of the blue, I received a message, a simple, "Hey, how have you been?" That sent my heart racing. It was as if the universe conspired to remind me of all the laughter and warmth we had shared. I hesitated before responding, a mix of excitement and trepidation swirling within me. Would this be a rekindling of our connection, or merely a fleeting moment before we drifted apart again? As we began to communicate more frequently, I realized that the essence of who she was remained unchanged. The same humor, the same kindness, the same spark that had drawn me to her in the first place was still there. Our conversations flowed effortlessly, reminiscent of the easy banter we once shared. It felt like revisiting a beloved book, one that I had read countless times but always found something new within its pages. Yet, as I welcomed her back into my life, I couldn't help but ponder the implications of her return. Relationships are complex, layered with history and emotions that can't simply be erased. Would we fall back into the same patterns that had caused our initial separation? Or had we both grown enough during our time apart to forge a new path together? The prospect of rekindling our relationship was both exhilarating and daunting. I found myself reflecting on the lessons learned during our time apart. I had grown more resilient, more aware of my own needs and boundaries. I was no longer the same person who had once been swept away by the tide of our connection. I was ready to approach this renewed relationship with a sense of maturity and openness. As we began to navigate this new chapter, I was struck by the beauty of second chances. Life is not a linear path, it is a series of cycles, each offering us opportunities to revisit and redefine our connections. I realized that her return was not just about rekindling a past flame, but about embracing the possibility of growth and transformation. In the end, it doesn't matter whether she came back into my life out of nostalgia or genuine desire. What matters is the journey we embark on together, the laughter we share, and the memories we create anew. As I look forward to the future, I am filled with hope and excitement for what lies ahead. After all, sometimes, the best stories are those that are written with the ink of past experiences, revisited.